USDT's the game. Blockchain whispers my name. Candles glow, I weave the spell. Bitcoin's mine, can't you tell? Oh, moon so close. Oh, feel my dose. Oh, bulls run wild. Pump it soft, my style. Pump it, Bitcoin, pump it. Kiss the moon, pump it. Pump it, oh, pump it, smooth, pump it, smooth, pump it, Bitcoin, pump it, feel my groove, pump it, pump it, oh, pump it, smooth, pump it, smooth, moon glow, I'm pulling you. Hands tight, my secret's true. BTC, it's in my sway. Pump, come my way. Pump it, Bitcoin, pump it. Kiss the moon, pump it, oh. Pump it, smooth. Pump it, Bitcoin, pump it. Feel my groove, pump it, oh. Pump it, smooth. Pump it, smooth. Pump it, Bitcoin, pump it. Soft and slow. Pump it, oh. Pump it, let it grow. Let it grow.
Dude, that fucked old man. They say, oh my God, your wallet's on fire. Stacking sats, I'm pumping higher. Ooh, yeah. Grab my trades, my dear, chase the moon so bright. Crypto's got me rocking, dancing through the night. Ooh. You hooked me deep when I bought that pump. Ooh, yeah, I'm spinning wild till the bull run jumps. Ooh. Pump for me, pump for me, pump for me. Oh, 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 oh. Stack those gains, stack those gains. Go, go, go. I've never felt a moonshot blaze like this before. Ooh. They say, ride it up, I'll dance it all once more. They say, move for me, move for me. Hey, hey, hey. Bull runs close, I sway, I'm the play. FOMO's beat won't stop, I'm a pumping star. Crypto hums my groove, dancing near and far. Ooh. You hooked me deep when I bought that pump. Ooh, yeah, I'm spinning wild till the bull run jumps. Ooh. Pump for me, pump for me, pump for me. Oh, 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 oh. Stack those gains, stack those gains. Go, 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 go. I've never felt a moonshot blaze like this before. Ooh. They say, ride it up, I'll dance it all once more. All once more. All once more. Ooh, yeah. Chasing sats till the floor's on fire. Ooh.
moving in my space. Charts are green, I feel the heat. Bitcoin's rising to the beat. Oh, I see the moon ahead. Oh, my wallet's turning green. Ooh, the bulls are running free. Pump it up, it's BTC. Pump that Bitcoin, pump it high. Pump that Bitcoin, touch the skies. Pump that Bitcoin, feel the hype. Pump, pump, pump it all night. Pump that Bitcoin, pump it high. Pump that Bitcoin, don't ask why. Pump that Bitcoin, take that ride. Pump, 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 we ignite.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Dips of tea.
let's begin as we always do.
Almost got
Grab your dangling, the local dangling, give it a good little shake until you get a good little response that puts a smile on your face. Time for the ringing of the cowbell. Doesn't that feel good?
Puts a smile on my face.
The bulls are running free. Pump it up, it's BTC. Pump that Bitcoin, pump it high. Pump that Bitcoin, touch the skies. Pump that Bitcoin, feel the hype. Pump, pump, pump it all night. Pump that Bitcoin, pump it high.
Well, if everyone stayed
Don't ask why.
fiddling with their local dinglings, we can get on with the show. Prepare yourself for the non-turkey.
To the moon, we're flying fast.
Don't let the glowing eyeballs freak you out. Nothing demonic here to see.
Last BTC, it's in my soul. Pump that
Ready?
coin, we lose control.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Oh, wow, we got a lot of stuff going on in the background there. What happened? Somebody forgot to turn something off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. We're sitting here watching Bitcoin go up, then come all the way back down. Oh, gosh darn it. Hey, do you guys remember last night I was drawing this little box? We're doing an AB equals CD setup from where we are right over here, this little guy right here. And that was our target area right there. This one drew back to a 0.5 Fibonacci, and that one's tricky. That's what I was talking about early on in the stream last night. We put that up there. Higher target up here too. Where my calculation might have been, but we might still possibly hit that one. But this was the main little area right here, the 1.382 and the 1.414 Fibonacci. And so since they're so close together, that's why I drew a box between them right there, and we came up and nailed that. And then it had the reaction that, well, what we even better than what we normally get from some of these guys. Sometimes they'll linger around a little bit and take a while, but this one immediately gave back all those gains, which made it an excellent short. And last night after the stream, when all this stuff was, you know, working its way down here, I found another streamer that I'm not familiar with. I think I may have seen him one time before. He was kind of cool, and he was you know, very knowledgeable in trading and stuff like that. Good head on the shoulder and everything. But he did say something kind of odd to me last night, because somebody in the comments said that they were looking to short or asking if they, you know, something about shorting, and he probably didn't think he had a bias for it, but I did. But I understand what he was saying. He's saying, why would you be looking for shorting right now unless you had a good valid reason, because we're in a bull market? Now, I agree with that. I do. But I don't know, he kind of dismissed the idea, because I was thinking, well, this setup here was actually a perfect place. The AB equals CD, the pivot points we're looking at, some shorters use those to get their targets, right? That it's a bearish pattern. It's but it goes up to its pivot point, and then it has a bearish reaction, or that's what's supposed to happen. Doesn't happen 100% of the time. Sometimes it can linger and still go higher, right? And that's why we got the secondary target up there. But she did exactly what she should have done, start reversing, and we should be coming back. We're looking for I think we came back and we retested this little support resistance area, and I was actually looking at the possibility might come down lower from bouncing up there to 121. But when we came back to this area, started catching. First, we caught at this 0.5 fib when we were going to the upside. That was where we had to get over to feel better that we wouldn't be going down lower, right? And she did, right? She finally she bumped her head there a few times, and then finally made it, right? Well, that's where we came down first. And then this one right here, that is another fib area. That's the one that we couldn't get past for so long, that we kept bumping our head on here. And it looked like that's the 886 fib from our last pull for this top. And it looked like we weren't going to get over it. Now, that's where we came down. And when I saw that, and I think Joe was streaming tonight when I did that, and I'm thinking, because I was thinking, well, she's got some places down here that she might come, and I was ready for it to come down here, because I sold some on spot margin up here and also took out perpetual future short down there. I would have expected more out of the short than what I got, but hey, that's okay. We'll take what we can get. But when it started getting over here and bouncing off there, I'm thinking I'm starting to looking for a long, because it started looking kind of interesting to me. And she finally gave us some various different entry ideas over here, and we got in. And so, and there's sometimes I was wanting to add, and I got stopped out over here a time or two and got back in, adding, and now I haven't lost my whole position or anything like that. I just added back in. But I decided to go a little bit harder here because we're up so high, and I got to have a tight stop loss. So I got stops on the way down. If we lose this, I've got layered stops to kind of catch me and give me some powder and help me kind of hold on to the Bitcoin that I have, right? I'm not trying to lose any more Bitcoin. But anyway, I'm talking and blabbing. We're testing a support level right now. We got a 50 moving average crossing the 200 on this tiny time frame. This is a 6 minute, but this is where I watch all the stuff go down, because it can be boring watching it on a bigger time frame if you're just sitting there. And I would have missed this move if I wasn't dialing in to these ideas. It was actually watching it play out here on the smaller ones. It's like, you are trying to catch there. Higher low? And that was the first little sign, getting that first little higher low there, and the higher high, higher low. After all this downward trend, it was right here where my ear started perking up, and so I'm going to go in again. So if we can continue up and retest these areas that we were at before, maybe we can go higher, I'll be happy. I'm going to be looking for some areas of rejection. I got a few targets there, but those are based on some smaller things. But now that we've got this, a swing high to swing low, I'm going to be focusing my attention here on the 786 and the 886 Fibonacci areas. There's a possibility that if we get rejected at either one of those, we could be setting up for a pattern that may take us to a lower point. It would be a bullish pattern, but we could get rejected there and then come down a little bit lower. That could be a scenario that we're looking at. Or maybe we continue on and keep going higher, and then we start coming to some of our bigger target areas, maybe up at 129. And that would be kind of cool. 21 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here. Ave's here, right? I got something to share with you. Ave did something really cool. It blew my mind, and I was going to put it in on the very intro, but there's not enough people here to see it when the thing first starts out, so I wanted enough of you guys to see this. This is something that Ave put together, and man, it just blew my mind when I saw it. It just gave it. Are you guys interested in seeing what he put together? It'll blow your mind. It blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. What music are we listening to here? This sounds kind of weird. Are we on the there we go. Okay. I don't know if I feel like reggae or not. All right. Oh, that's a little poppy. Are we ready? You guys want to see it? You guys want to see it? Do you? I'm going to start to you anyway. Hold on. Here it goes. I think it's all set up to go.
Dog, wild and free, cruising through towns like a storm at sea. Master chartist got the moves unseen. Eyes on the prize with a scream so mean. Row, 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 dog, he's taking the reins.
his midnight ride. Parabolic curves where the shadows reside. Predicting the winds like a prophet does. Markets shiver when they feel his buzz. Row, 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 dog, he's taking the reins. Fibonacci's lines running wild through his veins. Cracking the secrets, unlocking the trade. Born to hustle while others get played.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Wasn't that freaking wild? Wasn't that awesome? That was amazing. I've never seen, I don't know how he did all of that. I mean, AI, but that's just, I had no idea. The video stuff was, that was cool. That was cool. I'm very impressed. So it says, I'm going to call Bullish Gator. What about crashing together? Chris Klein says, yes, rocking on live. All right, so Bitcoin trying to get a little bump here on this tiny ass time frame that we got cluttered up with Fibonacci's and all that. Did I do this? And I didn't color code you. I got to do that. I'll get messed up if I don't color code you. My mouse, my funky mouse. Guess we got to make it a little bit bigger. That's what she said. Shut up, Sean. All right, so oh, we got a price label right there. Take you back over here. Recycle you right at 125, just right under 125, and then 125.3s, kind of where I'm looking for. We got a nice little W pattern here. Got one level in. This is a second level. Need one more level up, and I think it could be one of those two guys. And then possibility for a little correction, either a high. We want a high or low, but it could be. Well, we got some options. We got some options to see what happens, but it could come to another lower low. If this, okay, here's another thing to think about, and we might want to zoom out a little bit on this, but and let me go over here to this chart. Oh my gosh, do we need all this now? I don't think I need all this one. Do we have anything important over here? I want to clean up a chart here. So this idea that we just got up to this top here, that's a pretty good top. Now if you're in Elliott wave thinking, and that happens to qualify for a wave 5, which I think that it could, or what, whether overall or just a local wave 5, there should be an ABC correction, right? And that means A, we come back up for a lower high, B, and then we come back down for a lower low, C, and then we start all the fun again. And we go 1, 2, you know, we start doing our little build up on 5 waves, however it wants to do it, if you kind of subscribe to that theory. So we got that idea. Right now I can say this is fun. This is weekend price action taking us to all-time new highs. When's the last time that's happened? I'm sure it's happened before, but I just don't remember when, and very unexpected, although I ain't bitching about it at all. So an opening broadening pattern, some people might call them Livermore cylinders or bearish megaphones. This is a bearish pattern, okay, and they usually break to the downside. It's just not doing it right now, and I'm cool with that. That means we got a wide open spaces for higher highs that we could play with between now, tomorrow, Tuesday. I predict just based on what I've seen in the markets every week, that come Monday or Tuesday we will probably get a dumpy dump. I'm just guessing, a little bit of some kind of correction. We've been going pretty gosh darn strong, and even the corrections we thought that we were getting, well, we were 123 and coming down to 106. That's a pretty decent correction. That's pretty decent. Now, if we're looking at the idea of this guy, since we're zooming out a little bit, because that is a legitimate pattern here too. Oh, that could get kind of interesting. I'm just going to get a little standard measure move here, put at the breakout area, and that would suggest, yeah, that's another metric taking us to 140, and I think I've got some other another target that got me at 139. So we might have a little confluence there. I'll mark you as a measured move. And we're on the 4-hour time frame right now. That's our opening broadening pattern, and it's still in a bigger ass channel idea, right? Just continue that line out, and you see that we're just in a big O ass channel. I think I lost my channel line there. So we're in a nice big ass channel, if you can see that. However you want to look at it, we're making a series of higher highs and higher lows, and that's starting to get altcoins feeling hopefully a little frisky now. They gave back some of their gains here between last night and now they look to have found some support and trying to do something. And that was something that we talked about last night because of Bitcoin dominance. If you see it over here behind my dancing girl, because it's going up, right? So when Bitcoin dominance is going up, altcoins are struggling to make their gains, and sadly enough, that's just something we got to deal with this in this market. But if you can put that into your strategy, well, then it helps you all the more. It looks like we might there's two different ways to look at this. There's a bear flag that's making a rising wedge that will break to the downside, or we're trying to climb our little happy asses up with this inverted head and shoulder idea locally, get back up over here toward the top of this trend line, or yellow Fibonacci area about 60%. So far, it looks like she wants to go up to me. She's already gotten past 360 on this one, so in my mind, I'm thinking that we're headed toward there. Regardless, if that happens, then altcoins will suffer. But if we do get the bearish breakdown at some point, if all this bullishness will stop with this rising wedge, I hope it does, then altcoins have a chance to get funky again, and that's what we need to see happen here as far as Bitcoin dominance goes. So there's a possibility of a failure, but the moving averages, to me, I think they still look, they're trying to roll back over, where it means it will go back up and test these last two, and they can even get higher than those guys. So that's not the greatest thing to look at. Bitcoin or US Tether dominance, now that stuff, well, I figured it might even actually be going up. It's not. It's coming down. That's good. We like this when it comes down. There's been a bunch of about $6.1 billion of Tether that was put over into the market recently. And so I'm kind of curious about how that affects stuff. I'll put that over into the newsroom over here, but there's an article about it. I post news articles over there in the Telegram group time to time, and I see something newsworthy, something to take note worthy about the market here. But so we got that going for us, and so altcoins in general, we're seeing not bad, right? But on the daily, haven't really. Of course, we got a new day starting a couple hours ago, but fresh start here. We're trying on the hourly. How we looking? That looks pretty cool. Hourly coming up about 0.25%. MYX, what the hell's wrong with you? You tipped below $4 today. How far did you get down today? You got down to 448. Some interesting areas there. We were looking at that one last night, trying to figure out a juicy little buy area. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Let me grab you out of here. We got a super chat from Quitty Marshmallow. Says, Ave, you killed that. Ave did, didn't he? That was amazing. That was just like, wow. Oh, it's squirrel. And I just noticed, I was like, what's attacking me in that? It was a squirrel. I was being attacked by a squirrel. Ah! I don't know. Crypto Ralph says that was cool. Well, let me say hello to everybody. I don't think I've even done that yet, right? Full Moon Fever said somebody. We do have a full moon that's coming up. Now, I don't know the exact day. Ave would know that, but I saw it in the sky, and I haven't kept up with the days like I normally do. Mr. Ethereum, how's it going, sir? For those of you who don't know, Mr. Ethereum is a fellow YouTuber over here. Hey, look, we got 32 subscribers. We're coming up. I think it was 23, wasn't it? It was 20. I think it was 23 yesterday. So you come up almost 9 subscribers. Might even get a few more tonight. Looky there. Fellow YouTuber here, and also give a shout out to Joe from Trade Intuition right here. Much respect and love to Joe right there. He was a mentor, or he was a mentor and a admin in the trading group that I was in. First joined it. That's where I finally got serious enough to learn how to do TA. What I'm showing you wasn't so much learned there. There's some things I took away. There's a lot of the basic fundamentals, everything. It helped me get my foothold in. And then the second time I joined, when I first started this channel, Joe was there, and I was very impressed with Joe's charts and the videos and things that he would be putting out over there for the group. He went the extra mile. He put in the effort that I thought was lacking in that Telegram group. So there you go. And we got Meet Damien right here, and he was live right before I went on tonight, and we might see him pop in tonight if he's not here. And let's get back over here to a chart, and let's get our chat back up. See, normally I see a squirrel and go somewhere else. Gator Squatch is in the house. There's no gems tonight, but a good one tomorrow night. Well, Gator, I noticed that React was having a pretty good day. That was one of your gem picks, I believe. And look at that. Did I get in on this? Inverted head and shoulder type patterns. If you want to see that, the juicy spot to try to get in, and you have to be patient with it. It's at 2 cents. To break out down here, you had a nice little area here. Your fibs were telling you the juiciest spots to get in. So many techniques that we go over here. I use a bunch of them all at once. I hope it's not too confusing. But on the bigger picture right here was the juicy spot, and she was recently testing that at 7 cents. If you got in below 7 cents, you got in good. This is the woulda, coulda, shoulda bought more here under 7 cents zone, and we can even nail that down coming to this high over here. And if you were down here following the, watching that trend line, seeing us go down, like, oh my God, this thing sucks. Is it ever going to turn into anything? And right here was another juicy area below 3 cents. Yeah, the woulda, coulda, shoulda bought at 3 cents, because if you had been looking at things, just using whatever coin, using these ideas, you get very similar results. But let's say if you do take a chance on something like that in these areas, right? 359%. $100 is now $459. Not bad. So shout out, Gator. Your coins are pumping. I thought I got some of that. I gotta check. If I did, it's a small bag, but I thought I did. Nice flipping of the moving averages here. So React, I guess we probably need to see what's the target. Where's she going to go, man? I don't know where she's going to go, but we can get some good probability areas here where we can get some kind of reaction that we can make some profit on if she gets there. She's testing the 0.5. Well, you're going to get the 6-1. Yeah. That would be the most next logical one where a lot of people might be trying, or whatever powers that be might be trying to have a lot of resistance there at 17 cents. So another, you might be able to squeeze out after, might have to pull back before it does. Don't know. You could make an argument we got 3 rise and valleys patterns right here. That's kind of cool. Do you know that the shoot? Yes'm, I like that. These are the numbers I'm really kind of wanting to take a look at right over here. Because I think these are going to be the real payday numbers right here. 24 cents. It's 14 cents right now. Imagine getting in, say if you got in at 5 cents. It'd be up 154% now. It'd be 340% there. From back down here we were looking earlier, what if you got up there? That's almost a 10x from there. So while we're not there yet, we have a good chance to get up there. I should not leave out the 786. These are the 2 main areas I'm looking for it. However, there will probably more than likely be a reaction here at the 618 as well. But I personally think right there. So this is React on the 4-hour. I'm going to share this one. Take this over to the trade setup area. React, this is the 4 hour.
Bitcoin steps, no time for defeat. Bitcoin
Looking for higher targets for a swing trade.
digital flames climb.
Good chance for a nice pullback for a better entry with 3 T's. See live stream for details because I can't put out too much information here.
Cash rebels creed, breaking banks to
All right, so React looking kind of cool. You can say we got an inverted head and shoulders. That's got a measure move. Takes us right around to that 618 area there too. So I guess we got 17 cents 21, and there we go. Let me throw out my little marker. If you guys got any coins you want me to take a look at, there is a marker in the chat, and then when I come back to the chat and talk and everything, I can look in one spot and kind of get a list of them together there. So I put that up right there. And I did hear some fan funding or the things going off and make sure we got everything there. Glittering Marshmallow. Thank you very much. Crowdfunded right there. There we go. Thank you so much, Glittering Marshmallow, for your support. We are a 100% crowdfunding show. I don't have a paid group or anything to shield to you that a lot of the other traders use to become wealthy. That some of them do really good in those groups. I'm just saying, and they look like millionaire traders, but they're not. But they like it when you think that they are, because well, that makes more people come and join the group if they look like a millionaire trader and talk like a millionaire trader and everything. But do they make the millionaire trades? The ones that I see from what they take out of the market, I mean, it would barely even, I don't even know if it would be a sustainable thing, living wage. So, but newbies aren't seeing that. When you're new to the market, you see somebody that tells you they know what they're going to do, and you know it can get kind of enticing for new people. So that's why it's important, and that's why you'll see me here share other people, other even smaller channels like this where you can get the alpha. They're not trying to charge you an arm and leg for anything. They might have something going on. I don't know. It's okay to have something. But just you know, you got to be transparent, and I don't think there's a lot of transparency out there, and so you got to call it out when you see it.
Raise the roof, let's wow the crowd. That's the night's gonna be a good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got a few coins to take a look at. AVNT. She's been getting pullback. She's been finding some support down here about 110, 112. Bearish megaphone. That's what Bitcoin's in right now, right? Or some of the other coins we were looking at. Just drew one of these out. This is what eventually happens to those guys, right? Eventually they do break down, but when they do break down, they don't break down very far.
Baller alert. Make
You would
it
think
rain.
that, oh man, we got this big ass measured move that we're going to break down, and we're going to come all the way back down here to 54 cents. But no, they only read about 50% of their measure move, which if I didn't adjust it. Yeah, I did by accident. I put it back. Let's figure out what 50% of that measure move is right here. Right there. See that? This is, I did not learn this from a paid trading group. I didn't learn this on YouTube even. This I learned from the godfather of pattern trading, Thomas Bukowski. Has a free site, and that's why you hear me say that. ThepatternSite.com. It's wide as all get out. It's too wide. You need to be a little bit more urban or something. I don't know. You need a tan. This thing is very white. It's very white, but it will make you some money if you go through here and go through. You can learn a lot of stuff over here. Elliott Wave, chart patterns, fundamentals, market forecasting, scoring, everything. You can get a whole education on trading here. A better education than you will get in any $99 a month group. I'll put it that way. And that's what I found personally. And this was one of the biggest stepping stones to getting me to where I am today, right here. All right, and so we are finding a nice little support area here.
Let's begin.
And what does that mean? Well, at some point, we establish we don't have a really nice solid trend line here that I can go by as far as a diagonal. At some point we will form one when she decides to break up to the upside, but right now we can do a few little things. And that was a 0.5. That one's interesting. We got another 0.5 Fibonacci pullback. And those little suckers can be fun. That's just what, like, that's exactly, this is the same setup, A B equals CD, that we did for Bitcoin that I showed you in the beginning of the thing, where the target we hit at 125 whatever, nailed our 382. We nailed it. We're going to do the same thing here for this one. It's the same setup. All right, and so it's this right here. I'm going to do the exact same thing, and hopefully we will be coming back. It doesn't mean that this is going to play out, but it's got a very good chance to be this AB equals CD. And if we take the move, but the measure move is going to give us, I think, one higher there. It's going to give us a 618, I believe, or 15. And let me verify the pullback on this one. You swing low to swing high. Oh, you were, wait a minute, 618? Oh, that's different. How funny though. You came up with the same area though. All right, this one's different. I'm sorry, that's a 618 right here. I got some different targets for you. But ironically, it came out this is what? All right, a 618, the 382 is one of their main targets as well on that one, so that's cool. So I'm looking for the 127 and the 1382 for this one, with a backup, a full functioning 1618 target, but that rarely ever happens. These are the most common pattern. These are the most common ones for it to hit. So we're looking for this guy mostly. Although I do expect some really good results right here at that red line, because that is the square root of the Fibonacci right there. This guy right here, that's the square root, the Fibonacci level. So main level I'm looking for is about 361. This is 335. And I would expect us to get something to happen right there. And now we can do the fun thing and get some smaller targets. And for a local target, so we can get the swing traders. We can even get your intraday traders settled up here. So first target we're looking for is to confirm some kind of bottom. Looks like it might be a triple bottom or an inverted head and shoulders. I wouldn't call it inverted head and shoulders. I'd be calling it a triple bottom, but whatever. It's all just names. You got a little rectangle area, basically, is what it all boils down to. A little section here that we will actually break out of the to the upside at some point, right? This little support resistance flip area right here, about 143, will be one such area that I expected to have a little headache on. And then we got this guy 167. So for local targets, that works pretty good. Given that idea, if we take our measurement, where's our measurement tool? Where are you? Right here. We're at a very bottom of this channel, which is my favorite place to buy. And if we come up here, that's 28% to 143. Break out of here, and there's a possibility it might be working on that. You might come up here and find a little support and have to mess around here for a little bit. But the next target after that's about 50% gains. And this is on spot. This is not leverage or margin. So that's the ideas we're looking for. We just got to confirm that we're going to hopefully make some kind of bottom pattern here, or get some kind of breakout. Some might argue that there was a breakout right here. We're just coming down and retesting this area. You could make that argument. I don't have enough volume here to really be impressed by that. I mean, it's true, you did, but there's no volume behind it. Therefore, that's a good reason why we came all the way back down here. Now, Ichimoku Cloud is trying to be inviting, but she's a little scary. If by chance this does not hold, we're coming down a whole level and it will not be a fun ride. And that could be one warning, because I can't get a solid trend line just yet. All I can get so far. Oh yeah, I do. Wait a minute. Well, maybe we do. Maybe we do. Okay. Still not enough to confirm this for me. There might be. That might be forming.
Rise high, turn the
Okay, I'm gonna let you ride. I'm gonna let you ride. 1, 2, 3 touches. That should be valid. Uno, dos, o tres, eh? All right, because I didn't see that before, or I couldn't make that happen. But that did. I didn't force anything. Maybe it was the time frame I was on. Sideways into that's a good chance. Okay, Ichimoku Cloud looks a little skittish. So if we do get a lower, if we do lose it for some reason, I see like we're trying to get a little trigger wave here on Market Cipher, so hopefully that will take and we can get a nice little move here in a minute for Adventus. As a matter of fact, I may just go over and I think I've already got a position open on this that I've been working on for a swing trade. I may add to my position here. I'll determine that in a few more minutes. So 618. Let's color code you so I know. If we lose it, we want to look at the 786 fib area for our first stop, and hopefully that will be our only stop if we do come down there. What do we got going on over here? Where did you go? Okay. Oh, you're a 382? Okay. And then what did you do? 618. Are you? Okay. So I got some nice surroundings. I'm trying to figure out a few little things here. I'm making note of some stuff to keep in mind. One other thing that we can do is draw a trend line from there to there, and look how beautiful that comes in. So if you're a breakout trader, well, today's your lucky day. It looks like she might be trying to do a little breakout here at a bottom. You get to buy a breakout and a bottom at the same time. Well, as long as it holds, the best thing about a setup like this is that you can get a really nice tight stop loss for one of these ideas. So if we're making a level here, we think we're getting a bottom pattern, and we happen to be on the bottom. To me, this is one of the least riskiest plays to make. Now, other people will be looking at, well, no, it can go down lower. Well, yeah, same thing. If we inverted this little guy, and it was a top, and we were waiting for a level, or anything, a breakout, or anything like that, it would be the same thing. It would be the same thing. If we wait for it to break a level, we get in, and if it just goes higher, just goes just that little bit higher and comes back in, same thing, right? Stopped you out and went the other way or whatever, right? If you're trying to short it or whatever, or if you're trying to long it, I guess it would go up and then come back in. You'd be screwed. So same thing, right? So we can put really tight stop losses here. That's why I like trying to that's also one of the benefits of trying to short a top area, right? Is that I can put a tight stop loss. If you do go up higher and you invalidate it, then it's invalidated. If you catch and you don't ever make that higher high, we caught that short. Same thing with these longs. Is it doesn't come down and invalidate it. It doesn't come out and wick us out. Sometimes it will come down and wick you out, right? And that sucks. So you got to have a decent level stop loss. But look at it this way. I got the right one there. Okay, cool. Let's look at this target right there. Entry, let's line it up perfect, or not perfect, but let's see if we can line it up here. Smaller time frame. And then we can get our stop loss, and man, you can get, look, 6%. You could make it even tighter. A safe area would be to go behind this wick over here. So if you really wanted to be even safe, go below this lowest wick over here, and that's 7%. Wait a minute. Oh no, 6%. We're right at 7%, right? Risk to reward ratio is almost 4 to 1, 3.8 to 1. 6% stop loss. That is very doable. That is very doable. So don't risk more. So here's something else that I see the millionaire guru whatever do. And they talk about being expert risk management, but especially if you've seen a trade that they did tonight, you want to risk on these trades where you get stopped out 1 to maybe 3% of your total portfolio, your account balance. If you're using futures, you'd be using your futures balance. If you're on spot, you're fine. And if you're trading spot, don't feel like you need to trade futures. You're probably the smart one if you don't, to be honest with you. But 1, 2, 3%, somewhere around 2% is pretty decent in standard, right? And that's good risk management. That's that's the only way you're going to grow that account. That's the only way you're going to do it, if you do that repeatedly and make that for your thing on every trade. If you're flip-flopping, I'll go really heavy. I mean, that's where you try to get away. You're not being methodical, right? And build an account. You might grow it, and then you might just give it right back. But the trader I saw said, we made over, they'll make so much, or claim that they make so much on a trade, and then based on that, they're basically gambling with the proceeds. It's not straight and methodical, and we need to lean a little bit more toward being regimented and methodical, meaning coming to the same thing with the same position size and same stop loss risk. If you're trying to actually grow your account, that I've found that to actually work pretty good when I follow it. But our degens inside of us get us to get away from it. And so I'm going to go heavy on this one. I want to use a different stop loss, or I'm going to risk a little bit more, or I didn't use a stop loss. Now this is where we get in trouble, right? But if our gains are not consistent, we got to control our losses. We can't control what we gain, but we can control our losses. And if you're only losing 2% of your account on every stop out, if you got a $1,000 account and you're only going to lose 2%, your stop loss at $20 is going to take you out. So consistently, I can't lose more than $20. That's where I got to put my stop loss, right? So a situation like that, and then that determines your position size, how big you can go, right? That's how to correctly do it. The way that you can be systematic and grow your account. But if we go willy-nilly and break those rules, that's where we start getting into trouble, and it happens every time. It does, and I'm guilty of still doing it to this day, trying to control that little inner degen. But 2%, let's say what we got, we put it below this guy over here, just in case he wants to do a nasty little swick or something like that to come and take us out. Let's go with 7% there, right? All right, so when we come down here, if it were to drop down here and get my stop losses, then if I had a $1,000 account, I'd only be out $20. But my risk to reward, and this is where this is cool, would give me a 3.7 ratio. That means I make 3 times this amount that I've stop loss, right? Okay, it doesn't matter what I put into this trade, if it's $100, $5,000, or whatever the position size on leverage or whatever. What doesn't even matter what the leverages I have, but the $20 I'm risking, that's what my reward will be, is 3 times, almost 4 times that. So by risking $20, I can make $80 off of this trade, and that's how it's supposed to work and be in routine. And when you have to do this if you're doing leverage. This is a necessary step to do this on leverage. If you don't, here's your ass, sir. I handed your ass to you. All right, so a nice little setup, and I'm coming down to 15 minutes. What are you doing over here? Because I'm seriously thinking about jumping in or adding to my position here. Do I have anything to give me a reason? Ooh, no, what's going on here? Why are these backwards? I mean, we're probably trying to step our way up through them, but why do you got a bearish cross there? You were looking like this is support. Let me come back with a bigger time frame. We were looking for a possible spring. I remember seeing that. That looks like we're getting ready to print a green dot here. 4 hour looks good to me. 4 hour looks good. The smaller time frame looked a little shady. Just a moving averages though. Here's the 15 minute, and we got the green dot. We got a green light there. You're flipped backwards too. And this bearish cross, I think this is the same one we just saw. She's got a breakout and a retest. I can see that here. I'm not going to draw the whole line. Well, I guess I will. This kind of guy. Broke out, retest, and working on another breakout. Let me come down to a... Well, you look like on the 3 minute. Are you still backwards here on the smaller ones? Even on the 1 minute? Are you backwards? On the 1 minute, you're backwards on that one too. Okay, well, stop losses. Definitely make you got your stop losses just in case that these backwards moving at the 800, 600, 300, 200, they're backward. Now, this could be the point where we're starting to flip it. You know, the 3 minute and small one, we're starting to climb them. Maybe we're trying to do that. I don't have enough data here to suggest that to feel as confident. But we do have the 4 hour that looks good. It's worth taking a risk for me. And here I am with the 3 minute. We're above the 9. We're above. Okay, 3 minute looks pretty good. So I've got a position of this somewhere, and let me see what you look like. There you are. So it looks like a good time for me to add to this one. Oh, they got orders stacked up below it. It looks pretty decent. Now, are you trying to do something now? She's at 112. All right, so we got that figured out. And we're looking at 143. Yes, I will take that. I'm going to go ahead and put a profit thing right there. Or maybe I'll just put a sell order. That way I won't have to sell my whole position. $143. I want to sell about half my position there, at least that.
Decentralized dreams where we all can thrive. No borders, no bounds. It's all in your hands. A global movement breaking all demand. Rise up now, the future's
One of these days I'll get my exchange account hooked back up over here on the computer. Alright, so cool. Alright, let's take a look. I didn't mean to get down the rabbit hole on this one, but she looked good to me, so I had to go for it. Did we share that one? No, we didn't. Oh, I should share this one. Alright, so from entry to there, that's 26% gains up there to the first target, right?
freedom coded in every chain. Together we rise. Break
You're a different fib. Okay. And from where we are up to there is 45%. ABNT. Share that over here.
rise up now, the future's near. A revolution loud and clear.
All right, so there we go. Put that over there. Let me come back to the chat here. 30 people hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. I think we finally tripped 2,000 subs. I'm not for sure if it's going to stick or not. I'll give it
For
another
those
week.
of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Get Request says, gotta love them gem picks. That one, React was doing awesome, dude. That was doing really nice. Let's take a look at SPX, if you don't mind. We looked at this one a couple days ago, over the past few days, saying, look like she's trying to do something. Might be a good time to get in. And here we are now, 156. What did the gains look like from down here where we were talking about it? Well, 50% gains. This was one of our targets here, and that's where she came up and wicked, right here. And expect a reaction, and that reaction at these levels, at these pivot areas where we use for targets, they could do something like what they did there, or they could come down for a correction and go up, or they could be reversing there. All right, so they make good targets. And here, even though it was just a dropping back, just, I don't know, less than a dime, still make a good target to get paid. Next target we're looking at is 175. If we get past that little booger, I got 212 on the horizon. Right up there. So at this point in the game, it just comes down to a simple trend line right underneath. As long as we're above that trend line, everything is fine. Especially if we're above the 9 moving average, everything's extra fine. And I look to try to get as 3 humps on this little guy. And then maybe entertain a dump idea. Correction, pullback. But trend lines, man, they make up so much of my strategy. If I took everything away, trend lines and fibs, I think, gosh, it's hard to get away from the moving averages, though. They tell me a lot, too, though. But I don't need them on here to do what I do. I'm pretty confident with the fibs and the trend lines can do it for me, but the moving averages, they're nice. They help you keep up with that momentum. Take a look at Solana. Where did it go? Solana Finance, how you? Oh, snap. On the 4 hour, did we price went into, let's figure it out. Got to zoom in here. Let's see, that looked like, oh, we were on the smaller time frame there. Looked like the little bat. I remember us talking about this little guy. I'll leave him there. And he did come down, not down to my little white line there. What was this line? And I dotted like some of this stuff. I need to write notes and some. Oh, you're the neckline. Oh, you're the measurement. I think we're taking a measurement, even seeing an idea. Anyway. So 222 was kind of where I was looking at. We didn't get down there. We got down as far as 224. You suck, Road Dog. Love you too. I'm going to come to this area right here where we're leaving our trend line. And that marks a possible bear trap. Let me go over just a minute about my trend line strategies. Now, this is one of the very first things I learned to master, as I consider. Before I ever decided to try it, when I decided I was going to take a course or do a trading group to learn TA and all this stuff back in the day. I mean, I had very basic fundamentals grasp of seeing trend lines and this and that. But I did one thing. I said, I want to give myself 30 days, just me and the charts, just me, and see what I see. And what was revealed to me was trend lines during that time. And I was playing around with using the trend lines, and they just revealed so much to me, which I built upon that. And so I still use that. And it's developed into a nice little strategy for me. And I was kind of pleased to see, I saw somebody, there's another, she's my homegirl from Tennessee, Tori Trades, who also has a very similar system. And I didn't know that she had an order of operations like I do too, but I noticed that she does. And I just think that's cool, because I had to figure this out myself. Nobody taught this to me, but it's cool when you see somebody else that also did the same thing. And she's my homegirl. All right, so you start out with your basic trend, right? And when we get a deviation, when we draw another trend line, I go right to where it touches, right? So the touch points, A, B, C, however, whatever, it's the one where it's leaving there that I go to start my new trend line. And that's why I pay very close attention to the angles that I get when I do this too, right? Because it tells me a lot of stuff. Right now, that angle is telling me we had some resistance, and hopefully we'll break back into it. And if we do, we can get a nicer move toward this area for our next target, next Fibonacci here at 240, make our higher highs there. Hopefully that's what we're trying to do. I'm gonna come down to the 15 minute and see if she looks horny. She's kind of excited. She looks kind of, yeah, I think we might have a shot there. We got a trend line established right there. Taking us right, I'm just going to put it right up there to 240, just so it won't get lost on the way or anything. Just follow the white line. Let's make it, yeah, we can make it a yellow brick road if you wanted to. No? Okay. I thought I'd ask. I'm coming back to the chat now. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate that. One more round of applause right there. 27 people hanging out with me tonight. Let me come over to the chat, see if we got any coin request over here. RS Miller, how's it going? I use trend lines also. Man, I couldn't do it without trend lines. I wouldn't. I mean, a lot of people put, horizontal support and resistance, yes, but, and those are stronger levels for resistance. But as far as giving away the secrets and what we're doing with price and everything, trend lines. Trend lines. To get those, to get the really fine tune your entries and get better entries, trend lines. For me. And there are a lot of other people I respect out here that trade different or do things differently than I do, and that's fine too. It's what works for you. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just showing what I found that works for me. If this helps you, then I'm honored to have shared it with you, and hopefully be part of your crypto or your TA, your analysis journey, your trading journey here, and we can help each other grow. That's how I look at things. So I share what I know. And man, I gotta say, you guys are awesome. When I first started this channel, I didn't know how I was going to be received and what it would be like, because you're not going to be right all the time, right? You're going to miss it and be off your game and everything, or get something wrong. And I didn't know how you know, if people would be mean, because I heard Twitter was mean and social media is mean and all this, but I gotta say, man, we got a good channel of good people, good attitudes, and just helpful, and our trading group and everything, just good people. And I really appreciate all you guys, and give you guys a round of applause there. I was wondering if I was ever gonna get mega trolled, and it just doesn't happen. I rarely ever have to pull this little guy out. Rarely. It has just been in fun when I've had to. All right. Gator Squad says, just got my son's a Kraken account. Got to get them kids involved. Yeah, I know. I hope my daughter wants to get involved, but she doesn't act very interested in it. Well, she's kind of way young, but hopefully there'll be something. Jorge, how's it going? Sleepless AI. Is that like Sleepless in Seattle AI? Sleepless, it's AI1. Okay. And let's see who's got it. Oh, COINEX has got it. That's the exchange I've been mainly using. They have spot margin, and that's why I use that. All right, so let's zoom out, because that's always where we get the best info. This is when we zoom. Oh, we looked at you before. And yield resistance, which we never made it back up there to see, because we fell through this guy. And why are you doing this, AI? Sleepless AI? She broke the trend line. Bearish retest a bit. Okay. She did come up. We didn't quite make it to the 786 though. Now, is that your fault or my fault? Well, I could have been a little bit more, no, or could have been a little bit more on point there. Could have been more on point, but that was good. We went 618. Let us look at her anew. You're back in the juicy buy zone. Alright, well, if she's going to make a lower low, I'm going to look at this guy first. And it looks like it might be wanting to make a lower low. Now, if I go over here, and I wonder if I go all the way up here, do I have it? And go to the top. That is really close to our very bottom. Really close to coming down to a bigger double bottom scenario there. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. I like this. It's holding the 786. I would love to see this hold. I'm just trying to see if I can make an argument for it to hold. I really believe we lost the bottom trend line there, and that's a bearish retest, meaning that there's a good chance it might be coming down. The thing you got going in your favor is that you got some higher lows, so, but it maybe because it's just too early. We just did a bearish retest, but I see some bearish crossings on these moving averages. So right now I'm going to have to think that she has a good chance to come back to a dime, which is just 2 cents low. And that might be making, coming back down to make a bigger double bottom play. Around through here is kind of what I'm thinking. And it's a higher low, this one. We can come down here and double bottom out and then come back up and then maybe even kind of be a little bit more symmetry and make a higher low like that one. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here on the daily. Now on the 4 hour, what we look like over here. That's good. The 200 crossing the 800, that's bullish. I mean, it could be better, but I mean, that's better than nothing. Green cloud, that's good. All right, so we got a possible bottom pattern here, but I just didn't see any. Okay, yeah, you do have support from just right over here. Just the basics. Keep the basics. Okay, there's a W there that we didn't hold. Can it climb through here? I hope so, because I mean, this is 786 Fibonacci bottom area, and it hasn't lost it yet for this area. It's lost its trend line, but it hasn't lost this. If it does a bear trap idea and can get back up above here, I think we'd all be happy, but it would probably have to struggle through here. So from what I'm seeing on the 4 hour, I think that she might have a shot. Let's see if she can do that and see if we can just get past 13 cents, get up to around 13 cents, and then you might have a shot for higher. And if we do start to get higher, this was May, this was February, so she hasn't done a whole lot this whole year. So let's get some just local targets here. And we came up here. So the idea that I'm looking at here is that we're broadening, going on a broadening concept. Do you catch stretch over? Yeah, you don't stretch over that. Do you do anything over here? Oh, that's weird. All right, so I'm always checking. So broadening, and I would be looking at the 786 on this one at 20 cents. So if we can get from where we are, climb our little happy asses back into the pattern. Alexa, skip. That would be 67% gains if we can get up there. This is AI, sleepless AI. All right. So let's see if we can. I'm gonna come down to the 1 hour just to see what she's doing. That needs to change. That needs to, she's trying. Okay, cross our fingers. I don't know. I've got to see her try to get back up here, or else she's possibly heading down to this little guy. I don't want to see that happen. So that trend line. All right, let's take a look at Decred. We looked at this one a few nights ago. Oh man, it's always hard to make. You can't just type the ticker in. You gotta go Decred. It's on a lot of exchanges. It's when my Dark Horse plays 21 million of these little boogers. And she finally got a move here. Let's go, or got a move. Did you give it back? Did I miss that today? Oh gosh. Anyway, I'm still waiting for about $200 on this one. That's what I keep telling myself, because she's done it before. But you got up to $24 and I missed it. I didn't have any limit order set for this one. Nice though. Can we get past this little area? So she getting a nice little pullback. I got faith in you, baby. I got some faith in you. I think you can do something. 4 hours, looking beautiful movement on the moving averages. They're lined up purdy. We came back and retested that 50 moving average and bouncing. Nice curve here. That was a nice little retest. So you gotta have patience with this one until that one day when she finally does decide to take off. I'm hoping that she will do what she did last cycle when I was in this one. When I was looking at it at $20 saying, no, that's too much, because I got it at 12 and didn't want to pay $24 on it. And so I quit buying it so much. I'm like, that's enough. I'm not paying anymore for this one. No. And then it went all the way up to $71. Pulled back to 48 and then went up to what? $170. Kind of like what we're seeing out of Zcash, right? And then it went up to 244. And that's the beauty of a coin. Oh, hello. How are you today? That was the wrong. I hit the right one. You're on the. Oh no, you look like the right one. You're not. For instance, this one has 21 million, therefore it can do some numbers. When money starts flowing into it and the supply is not there, the price goes up a lot quicker than those that have 21 billion coins, which kind of hang around 0.0000003 cents for a long time, and maybe they'll double, triple, or something. But gosh darn it, it takes forever. Although I can't say that this one's lightning fast either, so touche. Anyway, I like it. I want the gains. Come on, baby. You can do it. I know you can. And then Zcash. Now, I've been following, I've been having the bag of this one for a long, long time, telling you the benefits and the joys of it and why I wanted to be in it. And exactly for this reason, because once it gets it going, it gets it going. And like the other ones, Zcash. Also, 21 million maximum supply. Do you see a pattern here, folks? Do you see a pattern that the ones that are starting to pop off and really make you envious are the ones that nobody wanted to be in because they were boomer coins and forgotten about or whatever? But they got the tokenomics and they got the technology and they got the use case behind them, and that's an excellent combination for number go the F up and Zcash at 160. Man, now I'm very I didn't expect that. I thought we might hang around 80, 60 to 80. I thought we were going to range there. I had no idea we were going to jump up like that. And so, or at least not right now. But I got to say, she's come up and she's nailed our 786 target right there. Look at right there. Did that happen? That happened a few days ago. Nailed it. And we got another target at 194 if she can get up higher. And the way she's hanging around here, not wanting to go anywhere, and the way that the Ichimoku cloud looks very promising. It might be a little something there. Let's come down to the 4 hour. Gosh darn it. Whew. So she's broken out. You'd say we had a... If you're watching it as it happens, and if you're a triangle fanatic, personally, I like this. I don't... It's not so much about the pattern to me, it's about the trend lines. And I believe if you're a pattern trader, if you can do that, because this is what your morning guru pattern guy cannot see. He can't see the overall trend. You know that because his flags go beyond this. He doesn't. I mean, it's a big deal. That was one of the last things to click in my head, even though I'm a big trend line guy. When things started turning around for me is when I saw, okay, so that really means when we break that line, we can't trust it anymore, okay? When I started taking that approach, man, this game started changing a lot for me. So when you see the people that are doing all the, you know, and they're looking for something to flag out and or whatever and do all this, yeah, as soon as I see that's going to extend past the trend line, I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work out the way you want it to. Good luck with it, but I don't think you see something. And so if there's anything I can share, if you do watch, if you're trying to get information from YouTube, maybe that will help you out. Okay, that's what I got to say. One hump, two hump, does that count as a two hump? A three hump, a dump dump? So ascending triangle, it's what a lot of people would have been trying to force in over here. I can't force it in here. I can't do it on there. But you can see people, you can force a lot of things. And it's just a bad habit if you're trying to make a pattern into something, trying to force like inverted head and shoulders and all this other stuff, and especially in places where they don't belong. But if you can go out, well, first of all, you've always got the trend line. You're never going to be wrong with that trend line. So could you say we're making a rising wedge? I would say that's what we're doing. That's what the price action's saying this doing. Let's zoom out and see if it says anything. So I can definitely see how we got a trend line here, and I can see how we go candle bodies to bodies here, and we're squeezing versus the wide open channel that we could be in if we could break out and get up here to 218. That would be awesome. If she squeezes past here, I would look at that idea. But normally these would try to break to the downside for Zcash. Are you getting tired out, honey? Are you getting tired, Zcash? Because maybe you up there. You are up there. So we are at the 786, and that's part of the answer there. This is a known area where we come back for a pullback. And if that be true, that we top here, we want to look for this 0.5 because it was such a big impulse move. high likelihood that we might come back to here. But I want to see what happens here at the 382. So those are the first two areas that I'll be looking for. I'm looking here, I'll make you orange, and I might be looking here for more of a buy. I'll make you green. About 105. So that could happen. But the more that we flag out here and don't reverse, we might be trying to work up to 193 and kind of go in that area. So Zcash, just keep an eye. As long as she's got the trend line, a 1 hump, a 2 hump. This is the third. Elliot, let's get you. Is that the 5th wave? Are you seeing a 5 wave? Yeah. So Elliot's seeing the possibility this is a 5th wave A, B, C correction. And where does that take us? Oh my God, it takes us right to the one of the targets. At least we agree on that, Elliot. I still got this one down there. He's taking us to the my 382, which is his 1.618 from his calculation. So they overlap. Oh hell, what'd I do? Back up. Okay, they overlap. All right, Elliot, we can let you go back there. Let me come back over to the chat here. Must refresh on chart school videos. Do that anytime, my friend. At some point, I'm going to be putting out some. When I get my schedule all together, I'll be putting out some. I'm planning on doing another little series. I'm going to throw it into the bigger area because I haven't gotten anything really over there yet, and then let it trickle down. But I'm thinking about doing like a little deeper thing into Fibonacci, and then start touching onto the harmonics the way that I approach it, and then also might start looking at the harmonic patterns like the bat, the Gartley, and things like that too. They overlap with what I do really well, from what I found. So we might start going in that direction over there. But Meet Damien says, I want to request the girls on your thumbnails. Can I get a request for a day with them? It's called AI for a lot of them. Actually, I don't generate them. I just go looking for them. I just find them. Just doing your AI searches or whatever on most of them. And it just depends on what kind of movie. I'll get into, I don't know, what's the word for it, get on a little, not a binge, what's the one I'm looking for, a little kick or something for, might be goth theme or goth girls, and then it might be Muppets, and then it might be, you know, for a few days or whatever. I'll get on a little theme for a while. Right now I'm kind of doing pinup girls, or I was until I got the jail girl. Which that's what she's supposed to be. That's supposed to be a jail outfit. I tried to find a sexy jail outfit, this is what I get. And then, of course, I don't have the bars behind her because, well, that would just be weird. But pajamas, orange pajamas, or however you want to see it, that's her thumbnail for tonight. It's a nice eyes. Oh, their eyes are up there. I'm sorry. I couldn't pass it up. I had to say it. All right, so let's take a look at Solana, my mama. Solana. Binance looks. Oh, are you? Oh, did you bumpy? Did you? You were down here about around 230. Oh, it looked like it made a nice big move, but it only moved up just a couple of dollars. Oh, I thought came in on something. We already looked at Solana. I remember drawing this little guy. Okay, 240. This is where checking things off kind of helps. Here's a coin I'm not familiar with, but it's been kind of hot today. It's called Manu. I know nothing about it. Or Manu? I thought it was Manu. So what's so hot about it? Oh. Okay. I would say that you've, oh. Maybe you didn't. Oh yeah, you did. I see you. I didn't pull you over long enough so I could see. You already hit our 113, got a retracement. And, okay. Oh, I'm on the 3-day. No wonder it looks so weird. Let's come down to 4 hour. Just checking out. U786. just a little bit higher. Now, what have you done? You got some nice curving, nice rounding going on. That's usually a fun sign. I like that. Menu, I don't know what this is. 618. Turn the music down just a hair. Where are you finding your rejection at right now? 618. What did you just do? You were 618 to say, oh! Are you a 222 Gardley? Should be somewhere here. Until 127786. Yeah. And I think if based on the fib ratios that we bounced at there, I believe. Now, like I said, I'm still studying this idea and everything, these things and how they overlap with my system and everything. But I believe what we got is a 222 Gardley, which is where they do a 618 pullback, and then it also gets rejected at the 618, and therefore our target is down here at the 786 of this XA line here. So I'm going to leave that on there just to hopefully I'll remember to come back here to see how that plays out. Otherwise, I was looking at this being an AB equals CD, but I'm not so sure that it is. But so far, well, if she's we'll play both ways. So we'll throw that target up there, the main two. Let's see. I gotta see. Now we gotta see what's going on. I like the way it's curving. I like that we deviated. If you see that, remember we go back to there. We got a new trend line there. We haven't broken that, but just based on the Fibonacci rejection, I'm going to keep this idea open. So I don't know. If I were to guess, I would think it'd be going up. The harmonic, this is part of the learning process of the harmonic patterns. The harmonic pattern would suggest that it would come down. So I guess we'll have to see who wins on this one. Oh gosh, now I got somebody else to fight with besides Elliot. I'm gonna take a look at MYX real quick, because you suck. So it broke out of the channel. Look at that beautiful breakout, and it's still going till the downside. At least you got some falling volume overall. Hopefully she's trying to curve around here for now anyway, below the 9 moving average. Talk bad about it. So at this point, we're just gonna clear you all out and see if what we're missing here. You're coming back down to the big ass retracement. So were you a harmonic too? You 0.5? No, that's not. Did you 618 and then 786? You got one here. You got an 886. Are you the damn butterfly? So this is AB. You're saying, yeah, okay, there or really? That's the negative. We can't do that. All right, so okay, cool. Try this idea too. So we're at a 786 is trying to hold. I hope that it does, but there's a chance it might be coming right back down here. MY. Oh my gosh! Tell me that's not true. Okay, let me get the pattern off. Is that? Are you messing with me? Now, I would be looking for you, and I would have to say you. Now, if it were me and not trying to go with the harmonic patterns and going with my little system, I would be looking here, but the harmonic idea says 248. Or no, 248, $3. 301 is the actual number I'm getting. That's the 4 hour. What are you looking like on the 15? You look like you're catching right there. I hope I'm right and I hope you're wrong. Butterfly, whatever pattern. You do kind of look like a butterfly. Okay, I never really. You do kind of look like a butterfly. Huh. Okay. Hello, everybody. There are 34 people hanging out with me here. Troll alert! Squirrel! Okay, sleepless AI we did. Oh, I got a... RS Miller says, SZAZ message from my cat. Sleep is forming a cup. Can't see the left side. Oh. Well, let's go back and look. Is it forming a cup? I see no cups. And if you're looking for cup and like a cup and handle idea, I see those as continuation patterns. I don't look for them at bottoms. And in a bear market, you'll see why. You'll definitely see why. I do see a possible double bottom that work out. And I see a possible triple bottom that's trying to work on. All right. So I think we already discussed that. I'm just way late on the chat here. Could you check MYX? So what about our okay, so we did do that. Big Daddy Morshu, hey, welcome to stream, man. And so what about IMX, Immutable? Okay, so we just now looked at MYX and she's a hurting. I'm hoping that she will bounce where she is now. She's at a level she could, but there's a bigger pattern that might be playing out there, suggesting 310, right? And then IMX. Well, you look a little bit more frisky. You lost that, but so that's still resistance, but nice angles to our dangle right there. Sometimes the trend lines just need to mature a little bit. We're going to take this steep ass one, and so I would be looking at this as a breakout and a retest of the breakout area, which is this little guy right here. Let me draw a little horizontal line right where it broke out of that line. Isn't that kind of crazy how that works? But that's one of the rules of the game for a trend line breakout. When you break out, wherever it breaks out, if you're drawing your lines and you're kind of, you know, if you're picky with them, and I went from the wicks through here where we broke out, and then that's the area that we retested. Just a nice little trick that can do you well if you know to look for it, right? It doesn't happen every time, but that's one of the variations we can do. So one of the things that we want to look for retest areas. And now hopefully we got 2 touches. I need some more touches here, another touch point to really confirm this one. That's kind of the, because technically you say, well, we got plenty of touches there technically, but we lost it, right? Trend line trying to develop our trend line here. So that was too steep. That one was too steep. This one should be about right. Let's see if we can catch this. I hope so. Get some bullish crosses here on these moving averages. 50 is about to cross the 200 on the 2-hour time frame. Oh, it's already crossed. That is your, let's see if we can point this out right here. That is your buy signal. That's your golden cross saying things should be getting bullish, right? That's what it normally means, that the mileage and the reaction you get out of that in the short term can be different, but in the bigger sense of it, it's a bullish sign. It's good, and it looks like she wants to try to go up a little bit. And so we're looking back at the main target, the 80 cent area. That's where we got to get out of. Got to come and clear this 81 cent area. Should be what we're doing here. And this is a great place to look for your AB equals CD moves right here. It's 618. We're going to be looking at 85 cents, and we're also going to be looking at 84 cents for the targets, for the daggets. And that would take us from here. Oh, it's only 12%, 14%. That's it? Well, that sucks. Sometimes you get that. That's why it's always good to measure out those tools. So, I'm taking my targets back. Screw you. I'm not playing your silly game. I need some real targets. So, this one, and then we got 107 over there. And let's get some more decent targets here. I'm at 84 cents. Now we're cooking. Took my targets back. Wait a minute. What? Oh, you're from a bigger pool. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Now, what does it look like to get up to 85 cents? 13 cents. What the hell? So to get to 107 over here, let's zoom out. What are you looking like? Nice big. Oh, shoot, here we go. Yeah, 107, definitely. Or 108. That guy. Let me get some of these older guys out of here. So, some people might see this as three rising valleys, but you got a bottom pattern to say, kind of like we said earlier on the show. Whatever pattern that you're working at down here at the bottoms, the reversal patterns, they all basically do the same damn thing, which is make a little box, a little range. This is why our bottom pattern ideas and your Wyckoff reaccumulations and accumulations and distributions all work so good with a little box, just to sum up all the little stuff and all the confusion rhetoric, so they can sell you courses and give you little things to memorize, up thrust and last point of supports and whatever. Drawing a box and just looking for variations where they break out of them. If once we establish an area and it goes lower and comes back into it, often called a swing failure pattern by all the cool kids this day, or bear trap, what I learned, you usually get a nice move up from it. It did something over here too. Kind of is it hinting that we're finally making higher highs? More than likely. If it got nasty, that can mean maybe she's trying to slam us down, but that's where some other things kind of help us out, like trend lines, moving averages, and things like that. It does look like she could get rejected here though. When we got the 800 over the 600 and 300, that's technically bearish, but we're trying to work through it. And you would think maybe we just come up and hit our head on the 800 like we did here, but we can actually get higher. So I could see how 107 in that area, hopefully that's a better target. From where we are up to there, that's a little better. That is 46% gains, and I feel like it's time for something that we need here on the show. A little good-ass coffee to get things going. We got a request for an Easter egg because we got 34 people hanging out here. You haven't seen it, and I've got to do it one more time. You'll probably see this more often, but since it's so new, we're going to do it. Here we go.
For those of you
That wasn't it. That was not it. That was my match.
Row, 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 dog, wild and free. Cruising through towns like a storm at sea. Master chartist got the moves unseen. Eyes on the prize with a scream so mean. Row, 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 dog, he's taking the reins. Fibonacci's lines running wild through his veins. Cracking the secrets, unlocking the trade. Born to hustle while others get played.
For those of you out there that hit that awesome, I just want to say thank you very much.
All right, so I was looking at the chat and I saw where Floki's Angels asked, "Every Road Dog, do you have time for Avalanche and Litecoin?" And sure do. Let's take a look. I'm over at Avalanche. This is the 12 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. See what she's doing. So still respecting this trend line so far. It's a little fuzzy here, and it's not fitting on this trend line as well as I would want it to. It cut through some bodies there. So technically, I've got to rearrange it here to my candle bodies. I go from bodies, and you will get different schools of thoughts there, right? Now, I found that going from bodies to bodies for most of the cases helps. Sometimes I'll go from wick to bodies if I'm you know, nothing else works or that angle works best. Where you get the most of your touches. Some people just go from wicks to wicks, and they're very adamant. Whichever one they choose, that's what they go with, right? And you're probably not going to change their mind unless you can show them something really, really convincing. But so everybody's got their own takes on everything to do with TA. We all do. We all have our own biases. It's just part of being human and our human nature. You see somebody that does something different or just a little bit different than you, and all, you know how it goes. We're biased to think that our way's always better. And sometimes it might be, and then sometimes it may not be. And the only way that you can figure out if it's not is if you're willing to step outside of yourself and say, okay, well, let me try to take a unbiased look at whatever blah 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 is saying. And that's the only way that I've been able to grow. I have to kind of do that. But it's easy to sometimes get in. One of the cool things about trading, if you're really being introspective, looking at yourself, you find yourself catching yourself doing these little stupid things from time to time. So higher highs and higher lows. So we're looking for that 618 next. So about 3270 is what we're hoping for there. If we get back through that red cloud, get above there. Moving averages look good. I'm on the 4 hour, and I find that's a really good time frame to follow most things, especially swing trades and things like that. It does really good to make plans daily in 4 hours, mostly what I use. And we're riding above the 200 moving average. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. Well, except for maybe it'd be above the 9 and the 200. We're trying. Come down to 15 minute. Are you looking bullish or bearish? Bullish or bearish? What are you? 800, 666, 360. They're in right order. I take that as a bullish sign. Whereas some of the ones that we looked at earlier were flip-flopped, and no, I wasn't. And AV&T, for instance, it was flip-flopped, right? Still went long, but I'm still skeptical. On this one, I'm more comfortable that we got the flow going in the right direction. Even though it made a lower low here. I mean, that sucks when that happens, but it gives you a better price to get in if you take advantage of it, right? That's what we always say. It did make a lower low from this one, so that's cool. So technically, we've got a higher low in, and this is its chance. It's got to prove itself. It's got to start working its way up here for a higher high. So, is that just $1 away? I'm the 15-minute time frame. Okay, yeah. So we needs to. It looks to me like you were on the ABC correction. Elliot, he's the ABC guy. Is that what the hell is that? Oh, I guess it happened over here, and then we just stayed and all that, so it still counts. Still, this is the C level here. ABC fifth wave correction, so it went up as high as it could go, and then you're doing okay. All right, Elliot, I'll roll with you on that. would try to draw a trend line here for resistance. You can see that kind of shaping up right there. I'm going to go to the top of those. Well, let's go with bodies. Well, this is one of those instances where I'm going to go from wicks and then follow, because I got more touches on those wicks, that wick, and then this body. So I'm going to stop it on the body, and that gives us a nice little resistance, little reef overhead that we could be bumping into about 30.77. But we should also be trying to break out of there from this time, right? You need to get a higher high. So I want to see it get past that and take this guy out at 31, and then try to work our way back up there. So hopefully we're heading to 32, but bigger time frame, $35. I'd like to see us get back to 35 again and go higher. And since we're making higher lows, I think that in the bigger picture, the more you zoom out, the more you can see it, right? So that our goal, our sole mission, is to come and knock out this little double top we put in and get up above there. So retesting 36, and next area 38, and I got 41 already mapped out there on fibs. Alright, so that was Avalanche, and I think we looked at MYX, yeah. If MYX hits 369, I'm in. Yeah, anywhere below $5, I'm thinking, because she doesn't stay there very long usually, but she's getting quite the hellacious pullback right now. It's an ugly looking chart, really. Makes me kind of wonder. It makes me want to go look at the refresh myself with the tokenomics. For Avendus. You're the one with the billion coins, which is not horrible. 25% of that's in circulation, 293. Still a smart market cap. Okay, we got room. So it's just dropped. I wonder if I could go back. See what the market cap was when she was up there higher. All-time high was 264 14 days ago. And we're down 57% from that. So yeah, 50% drop from all-time highs at this point in the bear market. Oh, this is not the one I was looking at. We were looking at MYX. Is that it? Or Advantis? AV&T. Oh, you're the one. Yeah, you're the one I added to my position. So I'm hoping that one will go up. I'm getting sidetracked. Chris Klein says, I hope AVAX runs. I do too. I hope they all run. I hope they all run. I'm seeing lots of alts looking like they are going to pump tomorrow or later tonight. I think so. Let's go back over here, 4-hour chart, and let's take a look at others. M-Toppy? Did a little correction to the downside. And now we're trying to work for our little 3-wave up, and we got 1 section, 2 section. Yeah, I can see this. Hopefully we'll make a higher high. I got 348 for the 618 fib. 346 billion. I hope we... I mean, we made a higher low. We should be coming and taking that, right? So yeah, taking that into mind, that would be nice. Could see how, I mean, that paints a picture where altcoin can be going up. So I wanted to change the color of this line or something. I'm going to use a red line. And that's from Wix. I'm using Wix. Let me take you to the bodies. Go by my rules. That's from bodies, and then from here we lost that. So we got to see what we're catching here. Angle seems to respect it right there. That's one of the things I look for. Those wicks, are you lining up with the angle that I got from my last touch? And it does. So this might catch. It might catch. I mean, this one lined up really beautiful too until it finally lost it, right? So what happens when we get the bottoms in and we start coming up, and then we start getting these big steep trend lines, and they can't stay steep. They got to level out. They got to angle. We're kind of looking, and it's subjective because you can skew your angles here, but we're ideally looking somewhere for about a 45 or 60 degree angle. And so that's kind of close to a 45, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, well, or that one could see. That's the problem you get with angles and charts if you're trying to go with degrees. But if you just go with the angles and look for channels, then I think that tells you a lot. And there's a steep one right there. Oh, we already got you. All right, so if the trend line breaks, then we're looking at toward the bottom of the channel again, and hopefully we won't do that. They'll take us back in the cloud. I see the 9 trying to cross over the 21. Maybe if we can catch this bounce, maybe we'll do that, and then we can go up. Higher low. That's to our benefit. So she's kind of squeezing in here. I hope so. We cleared this area, so that's a good chance, and that's also a retest of this level over here. So I'm ready for us to go up. So 1 level, 2 level, should be another level coming. Let's see how that goes on Monday and Tuesday there. How long have we been going? An hour 46 minutes. Man, it just goes by so fast. I cannot pronounce your name, but it looks awesome. Huma Finance just dropped on Binance Coin, looking kind of hot. Huma Finance. Huma Finance, Binance. You got it just against. Oh, here you are. That's KuCoin against Tether. Let me try you on KuCoin. KuCoin's had it since May. I don't know anything about it.
I'm lifting you. Hands bold, my fire's true. BTC, it's my spark. Pump, pump, pump like the dark.
So we're at the 0.5 here for this one. Breakout going up, curving over this level. I don't know if she might have to pull back before she gets up to the next level there. 618, but overall, this red line here, this little zone about 4.5 cents is the bigger area that I'm kind of looking for us to go back up to. All we can do now, right now, is kind of just draw a trend line, and as long as she respects it, we're good. If she doesn't respect it, that's our sign to take profits, get out, and adjust our strategy, because she's probably going to get a little correction down. Why hold it down? We can buy some of it cheaper, selling off 25, 50%, whatever, when it breaks a trend line, taking a little profits. Sometimes you might see it, if it's bullish, it might come down and just start riding underneath it, and it could be making a double top scenario if that happens. So we got some options right now. Trend line's holding. Ain't got nothing bad to say about you, baby. But fib wise, I can get that one to be just a little higher, 4.5 cents. But her goal in life is to make a higher high, and she needs to start doing that. There's some resistance coming right up ahead over here, so you also got that idea just right. So we get right to 4 cents there. So there's some resistance up ahead on that trend line, but the cool thing is that's also a channel, and I hope she doesn't have to come back down and do a partial decline or anything, but if we do this, it has a chance to break up more than down, believe it or not. U786. I'm just checking a few other things here.
Click to ride this endless dream. Bitcoin kings with golden dreams.
Okay. So hopefully we get up to that area there for this coin. Oh. Well, thank you. I think it's an okay, right? Justin Makasek says, I saw someone announce a multiple crypto ETF. Wouldn't doubt it. It's 11:11. Make a wish. Well, I'm about 5 minutes too late for that. Horace Miller says, you now, there is an indicator to draw out lines auto. Oh, is there? I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. I think I'm about to get replaced by AI. Horace Miller says there's several of them. And OK says, loving the Degen atmosphere around here. Oh, cool. Well, I would look at Degen projects and coins. I'm just looking at charts, basically. I just want to see charts. And if they look scammy or they look suspect, I try to, say what I see on it and just look at them. But I got no problems looking at anything. I'm not going to sit here and, this is your look, it's trash. I'm not looking at that. Ugh. You miss a lot of good opportunities when you take a bias like that. And sometimes they might be trash. They don't have and look at the tokenomics and stuff. If it's something I'm not familiar with, I like to go and check it out and see what the tokenomics are and things like that. See what it does. Does it have a use case? That's kind of important now because that's where the money's flowing, right? We're getting more serious people coming into crypto as we're starting to get world adoption, right? They're not going to be, we'll always have gamblers and degens and stuff like that, but there is a shift that we're starting to see toward real world assets, and it definitely will be coming. It's going to be kind of wild, but I think we're going to gradually see a shift out of some of these other more vaporware type things and more of the gambling things, because we didn't have enough here before. And so developers are quick to fill that void with a bunch of user projects that we can gamble on and play with when our boredom time, right? Meme coins being a big part of that, and it's great. You got community, funny coin, everything, but is it really worth 20 billion, 15 or even $1 billion for all that? That's going to start weighing in on some people, I think, in the future. Now, right now, I think memes are down, but I think memes are going to be fine. They'll do fine this cycle. Next cycle, they'll always be there, but I don't know. I just think we're getting more of a mature space, and then we're going to actually start seeing some really cool things. Now that we're lifting the legislation and starting to get all that worked out, now blockchain is a lot freer to do what it's designed to do, and we can see developers come and use some really good use cases for it. Some of the things that they started out, like Uniswap and things like that, like taking fees and sharing with the actual people holding the token. Oh my gosh, that sounds great, right? SEC didn't like that. No, you're a security, and we don't have to deal with all that crap anymore, right? So we got more opportunities for growth and doing some really innovative financial products here with blockchain, and I think that's a good place to focus. There's going to be all the things that's going to be issued from Wall Street and all they're tied to banking. There will be some plays, but you're still going to get screwed because they're going to set it up that way to screw you. That's just how they do. Probably have billions of tokens and things like that. But there's also going to be that side of decentralized stuff out here that we should keep our eyes on. The authentic grassroots stuff, things with good tokenomics and good DeFi, decentralized applications, and those dexes are great, and we're starting to see perpetual futures out like the places, and that's hot right now, and that's a good reason to be. So Venice and all those Aster, how is Aster doing? Still struggling under $2, huh? You got up there, hit our target, nailed it 240 per. That's nice. I didn't even. Huh, okay, we didn't get to do our little bragging stuff on that. All right, so what else we got? You held that level nice. That was nice. There's a little breakout level that we didn't quite touch. Bearish cross over 9 over the 21s. We're just all shaky right now. So a tool that might be good over here. Well, I mean, the trend line's always going to be a good tool. Oh man, I have to go to wicks for us to stay in it. If I go to bodies, we're flirting with losing it. But the angle's still there on the wicks, so I'm going to go with the wikis. That's. Nah, I'm going to go with my rules. See if she can recover that. But technically, she's broken my trend line, but still a higher high or higher low so far. Sometimes I'll get the wrong words to come out of my mouth, and I mean to say a higher low or a lower. I'll get things twisted because I don't mean it on purpose. But sometimes you'll hear the wrong word come out of my mouth, and I think I'm saying the right word, and the wrong term. So we got lower highs. You did a 0.5. I find these fascinating, the 0.5 retracements, if for an ABC can move, because again, they're kind of weird. So we're gonna pull this little guy up there again and see if we can get that. And we got a 786. Like it a 786er. Alright, so for right now, give her the benefit of the doubt. She can try to bounce off this 50 moving average here. Get back into the red cloud and above the green one there. Let's see if this guy will hold. If not, then we might be setting up for, you know, one of those bigger pullbacks to some of these other areas here. Until we get there, I don't want to entertain that. Don't need to find it out yet. Let's see what we got. Let's take a look at Pith. 16 cents now. It's a lot better than being at 14 cents where you were not long ago. Oh, you did one of those things. That's what Bitcoin did today, right? Went up, down, then started. Looks a lot like what Bitcoin did today. Oh, it happened today. We probably followed Bitcoin. Well, there you go. Stupid. All right, here we go. Candle bodies to candle bodies gives us a nice little trend line to follow there. Now we're deviating from it. That's what I like. Getting ready to see one of the 4-hour time frame. We're above the 200 moving average. 9 crossing. This is getting bullish. She's getting some. She's starting to gear up a little bit. This is Pith, really? One with the billions and billions of coins that actually starting to move. Still like that target. Let's pull our fibs. High to low. Tell me where price is going to go. Make our adjustments, fine-tune stuff. Always got to do this. Always got to be doing this. Things change and move around. Got to keep it updated so stay current. Definitely a good habit to be in. All right, so 18 and 20 cents for Pith. What we're kind of basically looking for, if we can get a. Did you get a? Oh, you did. You kind of did. Yeah. Depending on how you look at it, swing your eyes and lean sideways and all this other stuff. But she still hasn't got up past this level yet. That's something Joe would appreciate. Right here. That little flat level right there. Flat, 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 flat. So conservative trader. Wait for it to get up and confirm a higher high. And then try to enter the breakout from that. The more degen front runner would, well, you've already been in. You probably have been for a while. But trying to enter in here is a little risky because it could go against you. That's never fun, so therefore we wait for confirmation or the rules of the game anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's come over here and take a look at Bitcoin. Are you going up or down? Okay. I was confused. Oh, you did both. You came down and then went up. I see. Right. Okay, you're just mixing it up a little bit on us. Breaking trend lines, testing trend. What are you doing, Bitcoin? You're on the 6-minute time frame over here. This looks good. What is all this mess? What? All right, so we see these little guys. Now, if you start seeing lots of bear traps, and I think that we will, this is something to take notice. 22 people that are here. The other people will not get this off. I mentioned it before, but the bear traps. There will come a time we're starting to see a lot more bear traps. That's a good sign they are getting ready to do a big strong move. And I'm seeing lots of instances where we got some possible bear trap ideas, and where we break a trend line, but then we recover it. That's what I'm talking about. You see a lot of that going now, and that's where there's stop loss hunting and things like that, and all these ideas. If we start seeing that a lot, especially on Bitcoin, just cross time frames or whatever, seeing it happen a lot, that's a good sign that there's a strong move coming, in my personal opinion. Just keep an eye on that. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. And oh my gosh, what did we do? Did we erase stuff? I hit delete something. Oh, trend line. Okay, I can do trend line. I just don't want to erase my indicators. All right, so we've been going for what, 2 hours? Yeah, it's time to call it a night and take a look at this thing over here. Here's our altcoin starting to go up on the 4 hour. Yay! Here's Bitcoin dominance hopefully coming down a little bit so that this can go up more. So it's looking interesting. Be careful tomorrow. But so far, mixed bag on these altcoins, right? Because of Bitcoin dominance, more than likely. Not seeing all the love, but some of the love is coming through. I meant to look at INJ and I forgot to. I'm going to take a look at INJ real quick. She got a bounce of 13. INJ, let's zoom out a little bit right here. Nice curve. Nice curvaceous going on, and oh, that's pretty. One section, two section, 3 waves. We're looking 1 wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're looking for 5. It could be up here, or it could be probably higher. We want to see it higher at this point in the game, right? Will it be it? Are we going to 14? Can we get past 14? Is this going to be a bear trap idea? Looks like it is. We got this channel idea, right? Ooh, you could get juicy. See, that's what we were just talking about. Now, if we start seeing this happen a lot across the board, it's going to be fun. Because once we get back into this channel, we got a good chance to have a stronger move that typically takes us to the other side of the channel a lot of times when we do it, or at least a higher high. Okay. Looking nice there. Bitcoin, I hope you continue climbing throughout the night and throughout the day, and even throughout Tuesday. That would be awesome. I don't know what it's going to do, but there's a chance we might be going up for another, continue our higher high to that 126 area. I hope. The target that we did hit on that does kind of demand a little bit of a pullback. Okay, so just keeping our eyes. Where is that target? Oh gosh, is it way over there? My charts are getting it's too full. I'm gonna have to erase them all again here. This little guy right here at 125. Now I got another 126, but this one was kind of significant. Hopefully that pullback, and the pullback that I'm looking for, I've also got a scenario where like 121 and 118 can come into the picture, but we may not have got. Hard to say. See what we're going to do. Will they double top us here and we get a little bit of correction going into October, or are we just going to keep blasting? That I just don't have an answer for. I'm just going to keep following the rules until it tells me something different in there. And I'm going to have to clean up this chart. I got too much crap going on. All right. Trend line was strong. Looks like she's trying. Are you losing it? Are you losing it? You're still above the 21. I think she's still got some more gas in her tank here. All right, everybody, trade carefully. We'll be back again tomorrow night, looking at this market and seeing whatever we can find to help us make some gains and just get better at our craft here. But thanks for hanging out with me. 20 people going to the end screen. Thanks a lot.
Traders don't sleep, they chase the sun. With each tick, their hearts are one. Candlesticks and rhythm play. Where will profit soar today? I shop like a hawk in flight. Charts revealing day and night.
I feel that too. I need to get some of that real caffeine coffee, but it keeps me up all night. How's that one doing? Is that in the cup and handle? Oh, this is SQD. You know, you might just actually have a cup and handle right there. I'm gonna give her all the wiggle room that I can give her here. That's nice. That could definitely. You're at the right area too. You may have a cup and handle to the upside, right here. Measure move for that little sucker would take us up to about 38 cents, right? You've also got this little idea of a symmetrical triangle, so you gotta be a little careful with those. They can do the rabbit run. You've got the 200 moving average below the 360, so there's a little come up needs to happen there. 100 below 600. So it's got some stuff to do. When that happens, when those happens, it can drop. So I don't know. I mean, right now the cup and handle idea looks like it might play out. Let's cross our fingers and hope that it was. Don't want to stand in the way of a cup and handle. But it's also a symmetrical triangle, and them bastards can't be trusted whatsoever. Never trust a symmetrical triangle. They will lie and break your heart every time. Dirty little bastards that they are. The one thing I don't understand is the taxing on tokens or coins. How are they going to do that for people spending in Walmart's CoinPay or whatever it's called, or Google Pay? They're going to have to figure out the old taxing thing. I think that's one reason. One of the reasons I think why they wanted to keep it buried so much was because it's just hard for them to track it and do that kind of thing. They couple that with their total refusal to make any logical rules to play by to figure out, you know, what your gains are. Because it's on Wall Street, you got the asset versus the dollar. In crypto, you got asset versus asset, and that throws the variables for a freaking loop, and it makes it a damn nightmare to figure out what your value is for taxes, right? You traded two Litecoin for so much Floki in you, and then you know it went up, and then you made so much off, you know, at where? How do you? It gets too damn complicated. My thing, I've always thought the easiest thing to approach crypto would just be tax the on and off ramps. If you want to go from fiat into crypto, okay, there's some kind of VAT or something, whatever, some kind of tax on it that you pay there, flat tax. You can either go when you're going in or when you're coming out. And they probably wouldn't like that, because then you couldn't guarantee, well, which currency is going to be going over, which country is going to benefit from that. Well, the dollar would benefit the most, because most people trade crypto and stable coins, the dollar. Another thing that we could have jumped on a long time ago, but no, the Biden administration said no, don't want to do that. Yeah, I feel you on that, the tax thing, but they don't make it easy. They don't make it easy. Then it's their own damn mess, though. Well, thank you guys, man. Thanks for being here. Mountain Dew for the win. Well, that would work. Yeah, get you some of that gummy worm Mountain Dew. It's clutch. Really? Dog with Hoodie. Could you take a look at Solana one more time? And what? And a stock. APLD? What is APLD? Sounds familiar. Applied Digital Corporation. NASDAQ. Daily. $26. She's got strength behind her. She wants to go up. She's working on a parabolic move. Whatever it is. Oh, you had a 786 here right now. We're at resistance right now. Let's see. Yeah, you are right there. So what is that? $30? $30. You're at 26 now. And she might be able to push on up to that $30 area. I would look for that idea. Looking at the 200 moving average is where here. We got 1, 2, 3. I would see if she could squeeze out up to 30. I don't think it would get much higher than that at the first run, but it might. If it does continue past that and we start testing all-time highs, then I would look at $38 for that target. If it wants to keep on going for some kind of blow off top, that higher high. But most likely, I would say she might just push up to 30. Let's see what happens at 30 first. Nice move, though. And then Solana. Get to the 4 hour there. Oh, snap. Solana on the 4 hour, just saw that. Just got the green dot here on Market Cipher. Market Cipher looks good. Everything on here looks good. MACD is starting to lighten up a little bit. So she likes it. She just don't want to admit it. You haven't crossed yet. What do we got going on over here? Breakout retest is what I'm looking at. Just hadn't crossed the signal line there. Any resistance ahead? A little bit ahead, possibly. Some resistance from a trend line. Let's go to a 1 hour. How strong? Okay, yeah, now I gotta remember what I was looking at. So Solana, we're looking at a possibility of trying to do a bear trap idea. That would be the most bullish thing. Don't know if that's going to happen yet or not. So what I can say about this is a little Fibonacci trick is to see how it reacts to the 0.5. You got above the 0.5. That was good. So you got to the 618 and do a little pullback. That's more hopeful than not for me, but it's not a... I gotta turn the music down. It's not a given, but it's a little bit more hopeful that we got rejected at that 0.5. So I see some good signs. 9 moving average trying to cross the 50 under here. I think it's trying to go for a bear trap idea. So if we're getting bullish, if Bitcoin gets bullish and everything, maybe we can make it. If we do pull back, then I'm still looking at that 229. Well, we're still in this little area. I'm on the 1 hour. So that 618 would need to hold. That's what the yellow line is, and we got above it. That would be the first little area, and then we come back down. That's not too bad. We're still looking at this range. And if it is an ABC correction, I don't know if it is or not, but if it is, ABC would take us down 1. But I'd look for that. I think it's got a chance. I think it's got a chance to break back in here, and if it does, that's what we want to see. But going into Monday and Tuesday, at some point, one of those days, we're going to look at this market and be disappointed because they're pumping us on the weekend. I don't see how they don't dump us at some point during this week. I'm just curious to see how they play this one. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on the next one. The dog is out. Good night, John Boy.
Oh, it's a pug. I like the pugs.
Or is it a... Oh, it's not a pug.